Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all ages and across the world, I am going to do paperback reviews / hardcover reviews because we are reviewing, I'm reviewing Ultimate Spider-Man's Volume 1 to 6. That's right, that's the omnibus version, and let's get started. Right then, so the first thing that this 6 volumes do is it starts off with, and you see Peter Parker basically as his life was before, which I think is a really neat little feature. You get to see him be the nerd that he is known for, because in the Amazing Spider-Man you just know he's Spider-Man straight away because he has the short backstory, basically the one issue. But this one you have at least 4 issues before he's actually Spider-Man, which is what I think is kind of cool, because you get to see Peter Parker before events happen and before Uncle Ben tragically dies. But that's not a spoiler, everyone knows that happens, let's be honest, except Uncle Ben because he's dead. Whoopsie, spoilers. But yeah, and then it goes on to have Norman Osborn as the bad guy. That's a really good thing, and it's kind of a really good to begin with, that you just get him going into the big ones. You get the big ones basically out of the way first. You get Norman Osborn out the bat as the bad guy. Good storylines. Artwork, it took me a while to get used to it, but once I got used to it, I loved it. I gotta admit, but I was used to the modern comics back then and Mark Bagley, and then you just get used to it and you start to fall in love with the characters he's drawn. And then there's Michael Bendis' Michael Bendis even. You know, I'm bad with names, I'm very sorry if people watch it and get offended that I get the names wrong, but Michael Bendis' writing is really, really well done, I have to admit. I mean, he knows the character Spider-Man inside out. You know he loves the character. And one of my favourite single issues from this is issue number 13, and that's the issue where he tells Mary Jane that he's Spider-Man, you know, and it's very well known. If you are a Spider-Man fan, that is probably one of the better ones. I've seen people on subreddits and of the Spider-Man going, if you want to read Ultimate Spider-Man, read number 13. They will tell you to go straight to 13 because 13 is an amazing issue. You don't see many action scenes, but you just see pure character development in the works. And it's not just really character development you throw out the window. This is character development that you actually care about, because you actually will care about the characters. And this series does not just go on for like 10, 12 issues. It goes on for hundreds and hundreds. I mean, I've collected them all this month and I've started reading them all, and there's over 100 of them, I can tell you that now, over 110, and you still love the characters after every little mistake they do. And then the second villain that you come across is the Kingpin, and you just see Spider-Man have his quippy side here, and you basically, if you haven't seen it, there's this one massive page where Spider-Man just goes through fat jokes, and I mean, they're amazing. You're just there like going, oh my god, he did the fat jokes route. But that's the kind of humour that Spider-Man has. He's not the ha 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 really funny guys, like the really cringy jokes, but they're somewhat funny that he's saying it in the situations, and he brings out the quirky side. And it's like the polar opposites. You have the nerdy boy in school and colleges, blah blah blah, and then you have him turned upside down completely when he's the hero. He's completely not, and it's a great way to hide your alter ego as well. Never thought of that, but yeah. Right then, so the third villain is Doc Ock, and you really just see him trying to get through his experience, because there's a certain experience that he experienced during the time, and it's like, okay, whose fault is it? And then he goes on blaming people and stuff like that. Really decent, but it really could have used a bit more, maybe character development, more like based on the history of Doc Ock. But yeah, and that's Doc Ock basically finished, and then you have Craven come up at the end, and where he's been teased and stuff like that, and you're just like, yep, sure, sub character, just chuck him to the side really and just have him done for. So then the fifth one is basically Green Goblin, and you have an interesting storyline with him, and you basically just see him go on and on and on and on, and it's just Green Goblin, and you see like what kind of goes in one issue. You see what goes in the mind of the Green Goblin. That's kind of cool, but you also get really confused at times, so you're like, it's really happening, and you just see the images and everything. It's kind of a really interesting concept by Mark Bagley there, and Michael Bendis got the name right first time, yes. And then basically you just see how, for the first time, because it replays a scene, and it's like, it's how Norman sees it and stuff like that, and he's kind of warped and crazy, but you know it's the Green Goblin, so you kind of expect it to be. And then for the sixth villain you have Venom, but you also have it not just as it's an alien suit, it's actually something linked to Peter Parker's dad and Eddie Brock's dad. Really interesting way to build a somewhat emotional attachment to the suit for Peter and Eddie, and then you basically see them just being who they are, and it's like you see Peter make a mistake with the Venom thing because he's just gone through a really bad time, and he's thinking, this can make it easier, why not use it and stuff like that, why can't I just use it and stuff. And then Eddie Brock just does the typical Venom thing, really says, I want revenge on SpiderMan. I've got to say it like that sometimes, I don't know why, I'm just really sorry. And there is a half issue where it's just introducing other side characters, like Iron Fist introduced him for a bit, and then that's basically it, to be honest. But overall, that's the overall view of it, quick summary of everything you're going to see in here. There are back notes, and the back notes are really kind of cool, and if you want to go into in detail, you can read them. I won't spoil them, I've spoiled enough for you today. But yeah, if you want my overall opinion on it, it's A+. If you're a Spider-Man fan, and you must buy it, because Ultimate Spider-Man, I've been told constantly, was the best thing to read for Spider-Man. I was like, alright, let's give it a watch. A watch? Wow, I'm watching books now. I must be a miracle reader. And it's like, alright, sweet, I'll buy the first 6 in a hardcover version. Hardcovered version, as we can hear. And it's like, so yeah, and you just grow attached to him within these quick 6 volumes, like 1 to 39. I mean, man, that's more than Superior Spider-Man, and I like the character about the same, if not more. So yeah, if you're a Spider-Man fan, definitely get it. If you're interested in Spider-Man any time at all, just go straight to the Ultimate, because you get the origins and everything, you get all the way through, and it's a modern telling, so you basically get what you need, and you can understand it, and it's relatively new. There's some pop culture references you might not get, but it is early 2000s, so you never know really if you might get it or not. But anyway, I've been talking for way too long. I mean, this video is going to be 7 minutes long. I mean, man, that's the longest video I've done for a while. 7 minutes? Man, hit the 7 minute mark right now. Just missed it. But so, ladies and gentlemen, if you've liked this, if you want to like it, you know where the thumbs up button is. If you want to dislike it, dislike it. I suggest you don't, though, because this has been probably one of the better ones so far. If you want to chuck a comment down below saying what you suggest for Spider-Man for other people, go ahead and chuck it down. Suggest to me even, because I'm not a Spider-Man know-it-all. I want to be, but I don't know every issue that I want. I don't know what's the best. I don't know what's the worst. And yeah, if you have any other suggestions for us to do, don't forget, we don't just do hardback reviews. We also do paperback reviews, because I did a Spider-Man Blue one. Next one will probably be DC, because we've had 2 Spider-Man ones, so it's kind of unfair. So yeah, if you've had a good time, remember, like, subscribe, and comment.